Hi and welcome to Bubblegum Direct's training video for our asymmetric arches. The asymmetric arches are hugely popular for us and they're sent out click and deliver with our drivers in one piece. And what it requires is we use the premium Conwin Air Force 4 inflators to do our organic work. You know, that's our blower of choice. Obviously your balloons. In this instance, we actually used white and pearl because we were using the asymmetric arch to shoot for a wedding range afterwards. I love this colourway. Oh, no, it's not even colours, is it? It's all white, but it's so cute. One base plate, one piece of aluminium rod, 2 sand weights, and then obviously your cable ties, scissors, and gaffer tape. And that's everything that you need to create this. So we'll go into the how-to now. So let's start making the asymmetric arch. First of all, the first thing is always attach your sand weights to your base plate. And then we put the aluminium rod into the base plate, and I just bend it slightly and then use gaffer tape to secure that into position. Then I'm just going to get my balloons a little bit organised and start inflating. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be blowing up 9 clusters that will go on the base plate that will all have a 16-inch in. And then we've got 4 clusters that go on the rod that don't have a 16-inch in. And that gives us the right size for our asymmetric arch. So I concentrate first of all on making the clusters of 8 that have a 16-inch in. So I blow up a duo with a 16-inch and an 11-inch, and then 3 duos with just 11-inch to make my clusters that will go on the base. So if only it happened as quickly as it does in this video. And once we've done all that inflating, we can do some twisting to twist them into clusters of 8. So you see we need the 1 duo with a 16-inch in and then 3 duos just of 11-inch to create those 9 clusters to go on the base with 16-inch in. Looks cute with the white and the pearl. It's more of a difference than you'd expect it to be. That actually works really well, I think. Perfect for our wedding range. Right, we're going to start twisting those on. So the point is you want the balloons to grip onto the base plate, so you need to make sure that they're twisted where 2 of the balloons actually twist tightly onto the base plate, so they're not loose, and then you can really push them down, because the point is we want them to be really squashed into each other to fill that base plate, so you don't see any of the base plate, and just gives you that juicy feeling. For the arch, the top one's always the hardest. Try and get it underneath the gaffer tape so it stays into position. Push that down. And then we're adding on the 4 clusters onto the rod, which have no 16-inch in. So you get that nice kind of tail off. It's slightly smaller on the top, juicier on the end. I always put a little bit of gaffer tape on the end of our aluminium rod to make sure that we don't pop any there as well. And that's the end of it. So that's the last cluster going on. Just need to make sure that's really secure. I'll sometimes loop one of the balloons back into the cluster before to just make sure that it's tightly in position if I feel like it needs it, hasn't quite gripped it enough. And then if there's a couple of extra duos, there generally is, in our kits, we then just literally add a few to the base to make sure that base is totally covered. And then obviously the final part is adding the minis in, my favourite bit. So we just blow up all the minis that we've got. You'll have those balloon quantities in there, and then I just twist them into quads, and then those quads get twisted into the asymmetric arch. So it's just like a little peppering of mini balloons on top, which is just how we like it. So if there are any gaps, it helps you fill any gaps, or it just literally is that finishing touch, and it just looks so cute. There we go, all done. So we hope you enjoyed the tutorial for the asymmetric arch. Any questions, drop us a message at Bubblegum Direct on Instagram or via the website. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.